Sacred texts are part of religious life. Now, while most of us have only heard of certain famous religious texts, archaeologists and scholars, they have discovered many ancient religious texts that most of us have never heard of before. How's it going, FTD Facts fam? My name is Leroy Kenton, and for this episode, we're gonna be looking at 10 religious texts that, you've probably never heard of before. Starting with number 10, we have the Liberalintius. Liberalintius is an important text for studying ancient religion. Although it itself isn't used by any existing religion, it's the earliest text from the Etruscans, and it was the only linen book that archaeologists have found in the 19th century. There was a Croatian person who discovered that a mummy was found buried with the book, and it was impossible to read the book. But over time, the understanding of Etruscan language helped researchers to decipher what was inside of the book. Coming in at number 9, we have the Knee of Listening. Yeah, very unique, interesting title for this one. So back in the 1970s, Franklin Albert Jones formed a religion around his teachings. During his early years, he practiced several religions, including Christianity and Scientology, and eventually he claimed that he received his own spiritual enlightenment. From there, in 1972, he published a book named The Knee of Listening, and that's when he started to attract some followers. He also changed his name to Adida by that time, and his religion, Adidam, included various beliefs that combined New Age mysticism with ideas from other Eastern religions. For his followers, his book became a sacred text that led them in all aspects of their life. Coming in at the number 8 spot, we have Principia Discordia. Discordianism is a religion that worships Eris, who is the Greek goddess of discord. It is believed that Eris appeared to Greg Hill and Carrie Wendell Thornley in the form of a monkey and asked them to form a religion around her. Okay, alright. Supernatural people, monkeys and animals and whatnot talking to you, that would be so creepy. Either way, from there, they wrote a religious scripture known as the Principia Discordia. 5 rules are key when it comes to the belief system. In the book, there are other doctrines like division of good and evil, as well as everything on earth happens in a set of 5s, and many other doctrines it talks about. But we move on to number 7, the Charge of Goddess. A key text of the Wiccan religion is the Charge of the Goddess, and the book is generally used by Wiccan priestesses in ceremonies when they are representing the Wiccan goddess. Several versions of the charge exist, though they all have the same basic premise, and it is used by most Wiccan covens. From there, we look at the Yazidi Black Book. The most prominent in Iraq, Yazidis are a small religious and ethnic group in the Middle East. The religion of Yazidis is often seen as a form of devil worship, which is why it has endured persecution from Islamic governments for many years. The followers of the Yazidi religion follow 2 books, the Black Book and the Book of Revelation. The first book mentions the religious beliefs and traditions. Also, the first part of the book is on Yazidi creation myths, while the second part seems very similar to Islamic accounts of the ancient world. The book also discusses doctrines like reincarnation and other very interesting concepts. The sacred religious text at number 5 is the Holy Papi, also known as the Black Man's Bible. The book is a key text of Rastafarianism. This text was written before Rastafarianism became a religion, yet it did lay the foundation of the religion. The Holy Papi was considered a sacred book until other sacred books emerged from the religion. According to the text, Ethiopians are considered God's chosen people. The author, Robert Rogers, preached self-determination for Africans throughout the entire book. And one of the most influential aspects of the book is the naming of Jamaican political leader Marcus Garvey as one of the apostles of God. It also led future believers to believe that Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia was the second coming of Jesus Christ. Next up, at number 4, we have Odu Ifa. Ifa is a system of divination of traditional African religions that have emerged as a semi-independent religious theology. The Odu Ifa is the sacred text of the religion, and it has its origins in ancient Yoruba land, which is located in what is known as modern-day Nigeria. The practitioners of this religion are mostly in parts of Africa as well as the Caribbean islands and in various parts of America. The believers use their sacred text to conduct their divinations and communicate with spirits. Amritbana Guru Ravidas Ji comes in at number 3. The Ravidasya religion follows the teachings of the Indian Guru Ravidas of the 14th century. It became a cohesive belief system in the 20th century, and a book named Amritbani Guru Ravidas Ji was published in the year 2011 by the followers of Ravidas. Now, the book mostly consists of hymns about the theology of Ravidas, and some of the main themes of the book are the oneness of the human spirit with God, and also the key to achieving moksha, or release from suffering. That whole concept is explored a lot inside of the book. Number 2 leads us to Gospel of Mani. Mani, known as a prophet of God, started the Manichism religion in an area which is now called Iran. Much of the information has been lost about the religion, but archaeologists have discovered the Gospel of Mani and that it was a religious text of this religion. Mani, he believed that the key to salvation was knowledge. So throughout the entire book, he teaches that a spiritual person can gain knowledge in this world to save their soul in this world. Now, he believed that the world is composed of just 2 main ideas, darkness and light, while everything else is just an extension of one of these, either an extension of darkness or an extension of light. The text in at the number 1 spot in this episode is Codex Borgia. Scholars started gaining a lot more interest in finding more religions that were practiced on the American continent. Now, in this study, they found a key text, Codex Borgia, which was a Mesoamerican religious manuscript discovered during the Spanish conquest of America. Now, there's a problem in decoding the manuscript, but all we know is that it was from Mesoamerica, and it details a variety of calendars and religious observations. Much of the text focuses on astronomy, and the book also says to see the signs of God in daily life. So that concludes this episode, guys. This was a look at 10 surprising religious texts you've never heard of before. And I want to know, I'm curious, which of these religious texts did you hear of before? Sound off below in the comments section. If you did enjoy this episode, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out with me in this one. If this is your first time here to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell to join the FTD Facts family and also be notified when we post our daily episodes. Thanks for hanging out with me again, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.